Hey, hey, friends. So, oh my gosh, I had to go live today. Um, I have been just spending some time, obviously not fixing my hair this morning, but whatever. Anyways, I have been spending this time this morning in thought and just what do I want to do going forward with my life? Where do I want to make an impact? Um, where do I have let me pull this closer to make sure it's picking up. Where do I want to make an impact? What do I have to offer? And I really started thinking back on my time coaching high school softball. And then I really spent some time thinking about my Mary Kay career and my leadership journey. Because, guys, leadership is not something, I mean, some people are born naturally bent for leadership, but leadership is a skill. It is a skill that takes mentorship, it takes flexing that muscle of that particular skill to get better at it. It's not just something that's easy. I think sometimes, we throw out the word leadership and we have no clue, right? It looks good on an Instagram post. It looks good like in a meme. It looks good on a resume, but what is actual leadership? Okay, so I was kind of thinking through all of that. And then I was reflecting because my first real leadership role outside of being like a captain or something was a high school coaching position I took when I was like 25 years old. And 25 years, that's 15 years ago. I had not been in Mary Kay yet. So I didn't have the leadership training I've received and given myself. Um, I didn't have the emotional intelligence. I wasn't very mature. I had low self esteem, but I still did a decent job. I did get fired. And as I was thinking through that and then thinking about what is like my biggest frustration as a leader in my company. So with my coaching and with Mary Kay, but now that I'm more emotionally intelligent, aware, and I'm serving from a place of servant leadership, there's a difference, okay? So that's what I want to talk about. When I coached before, I was coming into a small town high school as a professional softball player that was playing and competing with the very best people in the world. And I looked at every single one of my players and okay, and this is key. This was my big I was able to see for them because of the blessing of my leadership journey, my softball journey. I was able to see for them a bigger life for them using softball as a vehicle. So I was hard on them. I pushed them. I there was just no room for grace because in my mind, they could get college scholarships and they could go off to school and they would have the friendships and the connections as an adult and just all the things that being a college athlete brings to someone. They could not see that, and this is the key. If you're a leader, especially in direct sales and you're trying to help people, and you're like, "Why won't they do this? Why won't they commit more time? Why won't, all the things?" When I was pushing these players, in their mind, they were like, "Why are we doing this just to earn a varsity letter at high school level?" Whereas I was seeing it as you're doing this to get paid. Jackson, go get ready to go to the splash pad, please. Go get dressed. Whereas no, go get dressed for the splash pad. Whereas I was seeing it as you're running that mile till you puke. You're taking 1,000 reps on the tee. You're doing all these things because you're going to get your college education paid for. You're going to meet lifelong friends. You are going to be able to leave this town and see the world and then come back and settle. That's what I was seeing. They could not see past prom. They could not see past the kegger party on the weekend. They could not see past the boy they like, or the little things that as adults we can look back and think it's like petty little things. The same concept happens to leaders, especially I think in the direct sales industry, especially if you're super successful and you're driving, the company car and you've made six figures. With you, when you're working with people and you're talking to them about starting their own business, of which you are so passionate and excited to mentor and guide them through, we talk about the benefits, like, oh, you can make 50% on everything you sell, you make your own schedule, like you can be home with your kids, like all the things. And they're looking at it as, what will this cost me? What will Aunt Judy say? What will my mom say? What will Kim, my best friend from high school that hates MLMs and direct sales companies, say? What will my boyfriend say? Blah, blah, blah. They're looking at it that way. But you are seeing a bigger life for them because you see something in them. You see them able to run a household of 5 kids and you think, "Wow, she's got a lot of skills for that. Like, that would work well." You see her volunteering all the time and genuinely loving people, and that is the number one thing in a company like mine that you have to do to move forward and be successful, is servant leadership. You see that's natural for her. So in your mind, you've already skipped to what her life could become, and you're trying to like talk to her about little details instead of, our jobs is to sell women on themselves. That is the greatest sale that you can ever make as a leader. And maybe you're watching this and you're not in direct sales. You can join my team. Just kidding. Or, I mean, you can. I'm not kidding, but I am. But maybe you're a church leader. Maybe, maybe you run a soup kitchen, whatever it is. Your number one job is to sell the people that you have been entrusted with on who they are and the greatness within them. That is how you inspire the world of women. That is how you empower. Yes, you have numbers to hit. Yes, they have skills they have to learn. But until you've sold them on who they are and the great things about them, you cannot sell them on the possibilities of their life. And I remember when I came into my company, I'm with Mary Kay. When I came into Mary Kay, no one had ever done that for me. And it took me a very long time to discover myself and how great I was, and it helped having people kind of speaking that language, but it was still my journey. Once I realized, like, Jamie, you are not a great person because you were a great athlete. You became a great athlete because you have this trait, and this trait, which led itself to you leading yourself into being a top athlete. And it's the same traits that you were born with that you will use to go on and be one of the top leaders, make the income, give the money back, and then help other people. So I hope this has helped you think a new thought if it comes to your business. Um, and I'd love to hear your feedback. So drop a comment, like, click, subscribe, share, all the things. I would love for this message to get out other than to just the people who are seeing it. Thank you guys for watching.